as a larva the year before.
But that's not the end of the story. Now, adults and hungry again, these ticks must find more nourishment and a safe breeding ground if they are to complete their life cycle and reproduce. And in many parts of this country, there is one large woodland animal perfectly designed to provide both a hospitable mating ground and the source of that final blood meal.
White-tailed deer populations have become so high in eastern North America, probably reached proportions that we've never seen before.
And along with this tremendous increase in deer have been a corresponding explosion in numbers of ticks. Deer are a crucial animal in our increasing number of ticks that are associated with Lyme disease. Make no mistake about that.
I've never felt that I wanted to hurt an animal, and I felt that if you did hunt, and you should be able to eat it or make use of it. And this is creating a terrible situation for humanity, and we have to do something about this.
In Martha's Vineyard, deer populations are high. Lyme disease is a big problem, and deer hunting is a way of life.
It feeds a lot of families here on the island and throughout the country. It provides a staple for a lot of homes. Every single deer that we get has a lot of ticks on it.
100. I'd say probably 100 ticks.
Yeah. And you found mostly deer ticks, right?
All deer.
One deer I got last year had probably 50 ticks in one ear.
These hunters know about Lyme disease and take precautions to avoid it.
We all check for ticks every day when we're in and out of the woods. And there's definitely, where there are deer ticks. So.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're here.
It's a fear in everyone.
There's 2 deer ticks. There's another deer tick here.
The best way to prevent Lyme disease is to avoid tick-infested areas. But if that tick-infested area happens to be in your own backyard, there are simple protective measures that will greatly reduce your risk.
You can use insecticides in your yard at levels that are equal or less than what is used by landscapers just to keep your grass green. They can prune their trees or cut their trees, cut the brush, and open the areas up to sunlight. Ticks hate sunlight.
So put the picnic table and the swing set in an area that gets plenty of sun. Another way to keep ticks out of your yard is to create a woodchip barrier between your lawn and the woods.
It's kind of a physical barrier that the ticks don't like to cross because they're subject to drying out as they're crossing that barrier. And so they'll stay more in the forest than on your lawn where you're likely to get them. And if you have a woodchip barrier, people will remember as they leave this to go chase a ball or going from a low-risk zone to a high-risk zone. Right around the home.
And those family members who spend the most time in the backyard are the ones at the highest risk. The best way to prevent Lyme disease, as well as other tick-borne illnesses, is to avoid tick-infested areas. If that's not possible, take simple preventative measures. Wear light-colored clothing, tuck your pants into your socks, and spray them with tick repellent as directed. Remember, ticks will attach to any part of the body, often looking for warm, moist areas where clothing comes into contact with skin. They're perfectly designed to attach themselves to an unsuspecting victim without ever being noticed. So the first line of defense is always a daily tick check.
A really good magnifying glass can determine what it is, how far in it is, and also help in the removal of ticks. And it's been a big help to us.
And after you check yourself and your children, give the dog and cat a good looking over. If the tick is found and properly removed, within the first 2 days, the chances of getting Lyme disease are greatly reduced. Proper tick removal using a good pair of tweezers is also very important. If you use your fingers, you could accidentally release the bacteria into the wound.
Grasp it as close to the skin as you can, firmly and gently. Just pull the tick out.
If you live in a community that offers tick testing, save the tick and have it tested. Finding out if the tick is infected can provide very important information for deciding treatment options. Patients with Lyme disease can develop a variety of symptoms, many of which can be mild and easily overlooked. But the presence of a large red bullseye rash is an unmistakable sign and should serve as an alarm that immediate medical care is needed.
Because we know that early diagnosis, early treatment prevents those later stage complications that are costly and sometimes can be debilitating.
Most people contract Lyme disease right in their own backyard. You can make your home a safer place by taking a few simple steps.
There are a lot of different methods for tick control. The tried and true method are chemical insecticides, and there are several of them that work quite well against ticks.
Creating a woodchip barrier between the lawn and the woods will encourage the ticks to stay in the forest and out of your yard. Keep your lawn mowed, cut the brush, and open up areas of your yard to sunlight. Ticks hate sunlight, so be sure to place your swing set or picnic table in an area that gets plenty of sunshine. Children get Lyme disease more often than any other age group, and like many adults, their symptoms are not always recognized. If your child experiences bone pain, unusual headaches, extreme fatigue, or suddenly develops learning, neurological, or any other unusual health problems, ask your doctor to test for Lyme disease.